Hello and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat. Today we're going to talk once again about the WSL title race because last weekend it took another huge turn. Chelsea lost at home to Manchester City. It was 1-0 City. Harry, what was your immediate reaction to obviously we were live streaming, so you can go watch it back if you want. But Harry, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, Chelsea were pretty disappointing, and I think City were. You have to give them credit where credit's due. They took the win. They took the big 3 points. They took a big step in the right direction in terms of their title fight. And I mean, they're throwing it wide open, really. And it's an interesting spectacle. You know, we're not used to hearing the words Chelsea and lose in the same sentence. And it was a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad performance from Chelsea, actually. A lot of people got, a bit disappointed by the result, and I understand that. We're now no longer top of the league, now we're joint top of the league, bring City right back into it. But I don't actually think Chelsea played that poorly. We had a lot of chances, we didn't put them away, which was the frustrating element of the game, but overall, we were the dominant side for a large portion of the game. City dominated the first 20 minutes, and that was the problem. They scored the goal, Khadija Shaw's effort. She could have had a second one if it wasn't for a big save from Hannah Hampton. But then City didn't really do anything after that. Whereas Chelsea were the better side from that moment. Could have had a penalty. It could have panned out very differently on a different day. But I'm not inherently worried. A lot of people asking, maybe this isn't Chelsea's year. A lot of people in the live chat on Friday's stream were saying, does this mean Chelsea? Do you think Chelsea are in trouble? Not necessarily. I don't think Chelsea are at any disadvantage now. Of course, it's going to be more difficult to win the title because they have to win every game now. But I still think, while we lost to Arsenal early in the season, I think it'll be different at the Bridge, and I think we'll win that game.
Yeah.
And from there, we shouldn't have any other issues in this league. We've already beaten Manchester United, and we've beaten every other team in the league in the first half of the season. So I don't see us having any issues in the second half of the campaign. Obviously, we lost to City now, but I think we'll beat Arsenal. And there's still a slip-up, I think, in either City or Arsenal seasons, or in hopefully both, of course. So yeah, I'm not inherently worried. I think Chelsea's still in the driver's seat with regards to the title. I think they are still the strongest team there. But, of course, with fixture congestion coming in later in the season, it would have been very nice to have that gap, to have that margin in order to, have a little bit of margin for an error. But that isn't there now. Chelsea have to win every game, but if any team's going to be flawless, I reckon it'll be Chelsea.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's not about the fact I don't think Chelsea have thrown it away. I think they're still favourites, but it's about that pressure. This is the first time in the last few years that Chelsea will start to feel the pressure to win this league title. They've won the other four by pretty much a canter, and it's just not really comfortable, and that maybe could cause some problems, especially when Chelsea are already fighting on fourth runs. But for City, I think it's a step in the right direction. They're still not the favourites for it, but they're there. They're with Chelsea, and if, as you say, fixture congestion, maybe a slip up, maybe an absolute upset on the card somewhere along the season. That's all they've got to do. But City know if they win every single game from here on in, they will be joint on points, if not ahead of Chelsea come the end of the season. That is a very positive thing for them to have that ability. For Chelsea, it's a similar boat though. So it's so tight, it is very difficult to call. But for me, Chelsea will always be still the favourites.
I don't think they'll always be the favourites. But right now, I think Chelsea are the strongest side. I think once Myra Ramirez starts firing, they're going to be very strong there. We missed few too many chances were missed in the Manchester City game. No one really took hold of the game. Lauren James at times tried to drive through the middle. We had that great save from Kiara Keating to deny Fran Kirby. I think on a different day we do come away with a victory. I also don't think Gura Wrighton's been very sharp recently. Whether that's a consequence of her still struggling coming back from injury, whether that's because Sam Kerr's gone now, maybe those two things combining, I don't know. But it does feel like there are just a few things that are a little bit off at the moment. Chelsea overall though, players strong. You'd expect them to get through their Champions League quarter-final stage with relative ease against Ajax at the end of next month. They've got the Women's League Cup semi-final against City. Now, that's going to be a huge game coming up in a couple of weeks' time. But I think this international break has come at a perfect time because while they go into it on a loss, it gives them 2 weeks to reset, to revitalise and to come back swinging for the end of the season, the run-in now. So, yeah, I think Chelsea are still in a really good position. And I'm not inherently worried about the loss to Manchester City.
No, I do think that's exciting. I think Chelsea should still have it.
From a neutral perspective, it does make it certainly more interesting.
It's nice to see someone push Chelsea all the way, really.
Yeah, I briefly mentioned the penalty. I think we're quite unanimous in that.
It's a stone wall.
Yeah, it's quite a clear penalty. I'm not sure how it was missed. And I saw someone saying that there was contact, that the contact was outside the box.
No.
I think, well, there was hands outside the box. The contact that the problem was, it wasn't the hand outside the box, which could have been deemed as a foul. It's the slide tackle that she put in through the back of Mara Ramirez that should have been a penalty. And Chelsea score that. Game state changes. Do Chelsea go on to win? Maybe so. So I'm not too worried because I don't think Chelsea deserve to lose that Man City game.
No.
So as I say, I'm not worried really about the WSL title. We should still win it, I think. Anyway. Should we talk about Arsenal as well then? Because the title race, obviously blown wide open by City, Arsenal take advantage of that. A win over Manchester United, quite a comfortable 3-1 victory over United, at least on the score line. Do you think that was reflected in the game?
Yeah, I think at the start, no. Towards the end, yeah, potentially. It was... I mean, I can only describe it as a complete capitulation from United defensively.
Well, if we start from the beginning, it's similar to the Chelsea game where, while this may not have had a huge impact, you could argue game state would have changed. Early minutes, I think it was actually the first 30 seconds in, Nikita Paris flying out the left-hand side, Serena D'Angelo wipes her out. That should be a red card and a free kick.
Yeah.
Now, by no means does that dictate that the game would have completely changed. I'm not saying that if that had been given, United would have gone on to win, but Arsenal would have been down to 10, and United would have had a free kick in a dangerous area. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that would have helped United. So I do think United can feel a little hard done by that, because that could have changed game state hugely. But I don't think United deserved anything else from that rest of the game, because while they weren't particularly poor in attacking areas, their defence was horrific. They gave Arsenal 3 goals.
Yeah, you look at the 3 goals, they were all really poor. The own goal, the Zellum assist, and just the complete carnage that was going up the back. I first thought Arsenal were in a bit of trouble, because between Cadena and D'Angelo, I thought they were going to concede 7, but that kind of, they got away with that one, and then United were
and then there was that back pass as well, wasn't there, that barely got to D'Angelo. It's just, a bit messy.
I'll tell you what, Arsenal handled a lifeline, because they lost to West Ham really poorly.
Yeah.
They then
weren't convincing
against United, and they somehow find themselves 3 points off the title. They have to take advantage of that.
But they're in that position. They've been afforded that because they were so strong in the first half of the season. They've had stupid results in there, like as you said, the loss to West Ham, like the loss to Tottenham. But overall, they've been fairly solid this season. They've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten City. They play Chelsea and City again in the next few months. So, I mean, Arsenal put themselves in a really good position. Their inability, though, to finish off the smaller teams has been there unfolding this season.
That's the thing. If they beat Chelsea and City, they're top of the league by 3 points. Well,
they should have been, because they should have won every other game.
Yeah, exactly. So if they can do what they've done, if they can beat Chelsea and City again this second half of the season and cut out the silly results, they will win this league. I
think a key reason as well why they beat Manchester United was team selection. I think bringing Chloe Lacasse in was a good idea from Eidevall, because she's played well whenever she's been called upon. Kim Little in there.
So good.
Always incredible in there. I don't know why you would shoehorn Miedemar into that role just to play her when clearly Kim Little is excellent. Black Stallions didn't have a good game, and it further shows Arsenal's issues, because Stina Black Stallions missed 2 1-on-1s with Mary Epps that she should have scored. Russo's not really fired this season. Miedemar's not really played up front, but when she hasn't really fired this season. So what do Arsenal do? Do they play no strikers? Do they just bun it off?
Black Stallions had come off the bench. She looked good.
Yeah. I just stumble on. And Russo looked decent from the bench as well. But
I really don't know. Maybe they should just start striking and then a minute in, off.
Quick little change there, then they might win games.
They need to sort that out soon. But it's very tight at the top. It's very interesting. It's exciting. It's good to see 3 teams pushing each other to the very end. Quickly on United, they're now out. They've got their European hopes are over.
Yeah, is it a final straw for Skinner?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they're not going to get European football this year.
Is it Liverpool only 3 points behind them, or someone's only 3 points behind them?
Yeah.
Aston Villa are only 8.
It is Liverpool. Who've they got in the FA Cup?
Can't remember now.
Because I don't think they'll sack him while they're still in the hunt for a trophy.
No,
I can't really see that happening, because if they win the FA Cup, is that then meant for him to stay?
Yeah, but they're not going to win the FA Cup, are they?
Great point, well made. Have they drawn the FA Cup yet?
Yeah, they have, because Chelsea have got Everton and City have got someone else.
Don't they play Brighton?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
We'll just double check that.
I think
they got Brighton. They should win that, which is they're in the semis.
Yeah,
so...
they are in the semis and they lose to one of Chelsea or City.
Or Liverpool. If they get Liverpool,
maybe
they could get to another final and lose to Chelsea again.
Or Leicester are going to get there. Maybe.
No. Sorry, Leicester fans. You beat Bristol City comfortably. You're not getting to a FA Cup final.
I think overall, the 3-horse race is back on.
Yeah.
We're in for a really good end to the season.
Yeah, hopefully. Obviously, we still get to see Man City Arsenal and Chelsea Arsenal. So there's still 2 huge games left this season. Obviously, the sides will likely face off in cup competitions as well. Obviously, not Arsenal yet because they're out the FA Cup and they don't have a league. Their League Cup ties against Villa, yeah. So they obviously won't, but in the final they would. So we've still got a few meetings between the 3 sides. Chelsea obviously have other commitments as well regarding the Champions League. What impact do you think that has?
Oh, it's massive. Chelsea 8 games in the month of March. 4 weeks, 8 games. You're averaging 2 games a week. That is a very packed schedule.
But if anyone's got the squad to deal with it, it's Chelsea.
And they have. And Chelsea with Millie Bright coming back. Kat Macario might finally touch some grass.
That'd be good. Apparently set to come back after the international break. We're now at the international break. Exciting times.
It does feel very much like Chelsea could come back from the international break with a fully fit squad and just win game after game after game, win the quadruple when Emma Hayes says goodbye.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Or they'll come away with no trophies and that'll be a terrible way to go out. Who knows? Will they? Anyway, title predictions then, because we're at perfect time to do it, really. International break. Yeah. We've got England coming up Friday. Make sure to join us for the stream on Friday. But international break, we've got a nice little stoppage point now. No WSL for 2 weeks. Or for 2 weeks technically. Where do we think, where are we sitting now with our predictions?
I think it'll be very tight. I think it'll be tight up until the end of the season. But if there's one team that can use this international break to reset, because after this, it is flat out to the end of the season. It is pedal to the metal, who's the best team in the league. And when that hammer falls, if there's one team I'd back to just go on an absolutely incredible run and storm every trophy, it would be Chelsea. And that's the problem. Is there's a very plausible possibility that Chelsea come up to this international break, win every single game they've got, and just win the league. Yeah. Simple as that. And no matter what City and Arsenal do, it won't matter. And I still think Chelsea have got it, but who knows? I might be surprised.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. I think Chelsea are still my favourites to win the title. I'd still put them first. It's then a matter of who I put second. Because between City and Arsenal, they're very tight. And I think they'll probably draw when they meet each other. They play the penultimate game of this season, which is incredible.
Who's second, third.
Potentially. So they could be in a prime position. They both draw and Chelsea then take advantage of that. So it could be a weird situation like that. So, yeah, I'm not sure who's going to finish second out of those two. If I had to give an answer, I would probably say Arsenal. I'm not sure though. Just something about City. City just don't fill me with confidence.
Fair enough.
They lost to Brighton earlier in the season. Did they really deserve the Chelsea result? Not overly. They weren't great in that Arsenal game. They weren't great in the Chelsea game earlier in the season where they threw that away. I just feel they've got more capability to throw things away. Now, they do have a really nice run of fixtures. They play Everton in the league in terms of that is. They've got Everton, Brighton, United, Liverpool. They're 4 games in March. Now, obviously, Brighton, they lost earlier in the season. Yeah. United's a derby. And Skinner will be keen to get something from this season. Yeah. Liverpool, they're capable of giving teams a challenge. Everton, they should walk over. But, I do think City have got more capability to bottle.
Yeah, I think...
But so do Arsenal, so who knows? Who knows this point?
The one thing that might change my mind on who wins the title is Chelsea's track record with turning up for the big games this season has been poor. Lost to Arsenal, draw to City, lost to City. I think the Conti Cup semi-final against City is another big game to see whether Chelsea can get themselves up for it and actually win the game.
Thursday 7th. I think that's got to be a win.
It has to be, because at the moment, if I'm asked to win that game, I'd fancy myself. And then suddenly, if City win the same weekend, City are 3 points clear, Arsenal level on point, and then Chelsea aren't in the driving seat anymore. Yeah,
well, City obviously have United that same weekend. Yeah. So, that's the weekend after. They got Brighton. Much more favourable tie.
So it's a really tight situation we find ourselves in, but I'm up for it.
It would be hilarious though if, say, Chelsea and Arsenal draw. City go clear in the table, and then Marc Skinner's United side turn up at City and win, and that knocks them back to second, and Chelsea go a point clear. Yeah, that would be good. So I want that to happen, but I don't want Chelsea to draw, Chelsea to win. Anyway, but I do want Marc Skinner to beat City, because that would be hilarious. But yeah, so we're set for a very exciting end to this campaign. I'm sure there's going to be lots of people in the comments giving their takes. There's going to be Arsenal fans kicking off that I don't think they're going to win the title. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say. It's impossible to say, really. They're just our takes. Yeah, that's it for the WSL this video. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday with a stream. It is England versus Austria. Arsenal aren't a nation. But that should be a good game. Hopefully England, it's an international friendly. It's not hugely important, but yeah, it's always good to watch some England, and we'll keep tabs on the Nations League games, because the Nations League semis and final thing is going on this weekend.
#robbed.
Well, sure, but yes, that is everything from us this week. Anything else to say, Harry?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited
as well. But yeah, that is everything. See you guys next time, mate. If you want to keep watching, there's going to be a video covering Harry's face right now, so you can keep watching. That's everything from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.